Okay.
Let's see, would the gate hypothesis work?
All right. So
And then,
Well, this
and
this
then that
clearly
was
is
later.
just dump. This is just tumble.
What's that?
This is just. There may be coursing. I don't really know. But
You think it's tumble?
yeah, like this is not as convincing looking at it. Like this isn't a face.
Yeah, the really only
Yeah.
part of the wall.
Now that I'm looking at it more carefully, that's not a face. So this is all just. It's just crap dumped in. And
Okay.
you're right. They may have been dumped in at levels.
Yeah,
Just to help with settling and things like that.
Yeah.
There's pottery deep in there.
same as over here.
Yeah. So we could actually get a date. So one of the things we might contemplate doing,
Looks pretty good for tumble, though.
if you go and look at it, Dave.
But look at that flat on the bottom.
I know, but I'm trying to answer.
Right.
I think this is just. I think Dallas is right that they've put in a couple levels.
It makes the most sense to me.
I mean, this isn't the type of tumble that you have like in late Roman, where you just put tumble and then dump a bunch of concrete, concrete to tumble.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing that would be real interesting to do before we backfill would be, and I know this is this would be keeping consistent with our method, would be, okay, you get all this crap out, you get all that crap out, and then you take out this.
You want to take the core out.
Yeah, you excavate the wall. You remove the wall to get pottery that's inside the wall to give us to try to give us a date for the wall.
Yeah.
Then you don't worry about foundation trenches. We got better.
I
We have
understand,
pottery
yeah.
in the core.
In the wall. That's the best way to get that date.
Right. So it means we got to get this stuff out. We got to get this stuff out. We have to have a pristine trench.
Yeah.
Because we don't want some piece that was in a looter trench somehow contaminating our.
We can do that. We have to take all the loose stuff out. All the loose stuff on the face.
And we have Tim, who's anxious for another feat of strength.
These stones are pretty loose too. They come out pretty easily.
I'm not sure that I buy that this is tumble. Because this works so well. This area and that area work so well as a robbing trench.
It is a robbing trench. No, it
That's
is.
not what he was saying. No.
I meant this is just this is a rubble. Is what I should be is the right word.
The rubble core.
No, Dave, this is a robbing trench. It's a robbing trench.
Okay,
But then
what about this? You said that's not in situ.
No, I was looking down there and I thought this might be a face.
Oh, okay.
And now when I went down in the hole and looked at it, it's not a face. It's not a face like we've gotten anywhere else. We have faces even in the grotty walls here. They're just smaller stones.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
And so I was just correcting myself. I thought this here might be a face and it might be a repair, but it's not.
Okay.
Or there's no evidence for it.
Okay.
So that there is the same as this here. And you're probably right. When they popped this ashlar out, when they popped this big block out,
Yeah.
they banged into the wall. Maybe when they pulled it out, because this isn't packed.
No.
Those rocks just fell out on their own.
Yeah.
So would we
The
imagine?
ashlar is probably removed.
Would we imagine when they did that the wall was still standing?
Had to be at least standing that high.
Yeah.
I mean, but the further up.
Well, let's assume they were taking the ashlars down from the top.
Yeah, I don't think we can say much about that.
Right? Because that would make sense. As you tip a block out, it may bang the back corner
Yeah.
up into the
pop
wall.
something out. Yeah.
Right, and they didn't actually.
Right.
They didn't actually go in to
working down
steal
the line of
those.
ashlars.
Those just fell out, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works pretty well.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're on the same page. Robbing trench, ashlars. This is rubble.
This is the rubble
The
core.
rubble has pottery in it. So once we're done clearing this, making everything pristine, we'll excavate the last phase of this wall last,
Yeah.
which is that.
Beautiful.
And we go down
Yeah.
through the wall, and we
Okay.
try to get ceramics.
We get some of the pottery that's.
Brandon leaves and Scott reads and gives us a date for the wall.
What about our meeting with Maria? What do we fix that in the process? We put that.
She wants to come out
We
and
put
see
that
it, right?
before or after?
After. She's be fine if us going. I mean, this isn't going to be a tourist attraction. And it's going to get backfilled anyway.
Yeah, right.
Like, and
Yeah.
every project in Cyprus goes through walls, and we don't go through it in a careless way. What?
Systematically.
Yeah. And if she asks, we'll just say.
I agree. I think that's exactly the right thing to do.
And then
we have a date for this.
And then if we feel really ambitious and we're all amped up on Shark, and it's Thursday, then we might consider extending it to the east to see if we can come down on the Ashland block, just to see what it looks like. But that's kind of lame. Like, there's no value, I think, in doing that. especially if we work our way to the north anyway.
If we find them in the north, that would be sufficient.
That would be a much preferred.
Of course, our work in the north is less important if you're going to go through the wall.
No, it's still important because well,
If we find those
yeah,
here,
Yeah.
that would be the only thing that would
Yeah.
be cool. It would be in addition. It would be instead of a. And it would be nice to find bedrock eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we could cut it to a half meter to the north,
We could, but
but it
with
seems
the
to make
course
sense
of
to
the
do a
wall,
meter.
I think it makes better sense to do a full meter.
I agree.
Well, we'll see if we can get.
And I
some
can
stuff
tell
in
that
these
Tim
minutes
is
over here.
muscles are atrophying as we speak because all he's doing is holding an iPad. He's not throwing rocks. So we got to get him back to strength before we go down through the core.
So how heavy do you think those rocks were that you were throwing over your head backwards?
They weren't this big.
Maybe 100 pounds, maybe.
They weren't this big.
There's no way.
There's no way he was throwing these.
Really?
No,
100
like-
pounds?
Some of them, not a lot of them.
Were any
Oh,
of them
I
cut?
saw a rock. I saw him toss like a rock like this big.
You can look at them.
Yeah,
They're right
yeah,
here.
It was like that.
But they're not that.
No.
Are
they're
you
not
sure
that.
you didn't throw a huge rock that was
I'm
like
positive
square
I didn't
and cut
throw a
up both
1
sides?
pound rock. Yes.
we only had to throw one rock. It took both of us to throw.
And
There are
like,
no clamps either.
were you worried when you threw it back like this that it would land on you?
No,
No.
Okay.
it wasn't that heavy.
Did you worry that your hands wouldn't let go and it'd be like that weird kind of like throw it like this and get yanked forward?
I wasn't actually holding it, so no. Although that would be really funny.
So I've seen that with dudes with hammer throw. They forget to unload.
Yeah, but you're holding it with a glove then. It's hard to let go.
I've seen it pull a guy's arm clean off.
Okay, cut. We're done here.